Hey, Kitty. Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Anita. Sorry, guys. I know I'm like 30 minutes late. I am so sorry. But we've had some stuff going on in the homestead this morning. So, morning, Dragon. Morning, Sheps. Morning, Janet. I know I was supposed to be on about 30 minutes ago, guys, but sorry. We'll get things going. What's up, D? And we've had hey Suburban. Compass Rose Acres. Good morning. Welcome to the morning break. Yo, 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 Farmer Mimo. Oh, Kitty, I thought I told you to change it to 10. I'm sorry. I want to start doing it at go from 10 to 11 with this morning break. And I was going to try to get you guys out in the garden area or maybe over by our muscadines and soft fruit and stuff like that. But our Father decided to make it rain again today. So I'm not questioning the man upstairs. What's up, Pickers? He knows. He knows what's best. So we got the rain. And there it is. But yesterday, let me catch you guys. Oh, I got so much information. I'm kind of excited about it. And I got to do my rule of wait 5 minutes for everybody to get in here. And we'll go from there. So, morning, glass of tea, fresh mint leaves. Morning, Amanda. Now, while we're waiting on everybody to get in here, my kids have duped me. You guys, they've duped me. They took my precious sweet tea. The one thing in life that keeps me sane. And they pulled a fast one. Morning, Africa bound girl. I watched. Okay. I know I don't usually do channel shout outs in the morning time. But let me tell you guys something. This morning, I was in the tub trying to get all my muscles and everything to relax and all the nerve pain to go away. And I watched Africa Bound Girl's video with this big honking head of cabbage that she diced up and with bacon and So if you're not subbed to African Bound Girl, open up that tab, click on there, sub to her, and then go watch that video. I'm telling you, as soon as cabbage comes in, and I'm not trying to steal from her, but we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to put it on video. That looked so luscious. And it's part of it's some diet thing that her and Meemaw and them are doing. And if you get to eat food like that on that diet, somebody needs to send me a message and tell me all about this diet. Because that looked phenomenal. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Woo-hoo. I mean, you got cabbage, and you got bacon, and you got. I hate my hand. You got butter. All you need is a beer. I'm just saying. All you need is a beer. So, anyway. Go sub to African Bound Girl and watch that video. Tell them that I sent you. Watch the video. And then tell me you don't want to make that. And I'll tell you there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying. But anyway, back to my original story about what my kids duped. They duped me with my tea. Now, if you guys been watching our channel for any amount of time, you know that if you cut me, I bleed Southern sweet tea. Now, that means for me, then don't talk to me about that diet. I'm just saying. Meemaw said I gave up sweet tea about 10 days ago. I can't believe I survived. Jason, you can eat all the bacon, cheese, butter, and fat you want, but no sweet tea. Not gonna happen. Just tell you that much right now. Just saying. But you know how much I love my tea. Well, I made the mistake, and mostly it's Carol. Carol is the one behind this. Morning, Susan. Yeah, no beer. Yeah, that diet is just straight taking a nosedive. But anyway, what's up, mother of many horses? See, African Bound Girl, that's what I'm getting ready to be a part of. Tell you about. I took Carol, this is where I messed up. I took Carol to my VA appointment with me, and she listened to the nutritionist talk to me about, you know how the VA is. If you're not like that big around, then you're fat. And so Carol was sitting over there listening to her, and then the stupid doctor started talking about heart disease and cholesterol and blah, blah. And I think it scared Carol, to be honest with you. I think it did. She never said anything, but this is how my children work. They're deceiving. They're conniving, but they're also very loving. So we tried taking me straight from my sweet tea and taking all the sugar out and putting stevia in it. Well, I don't really like the bitter aftertaste that stevia gets. And so, this is Carol, mind you. She started taking, because my wife's tea has to have like 2 cups of sugar in it. And I know what she said in the 30 Random Facts video, but that was bull caca. I do not like. Look, the McDonald's sweet tea is too sweet for me, and some Bojangles tea is too sweet for me. I want tea, not syrup. So I like about 3/4 of a cup of sugar to a gallon. Okay, well, Carol went in and started putting just a 1/4 cup of sugar, and then the rest stevia. And she's been doing that for the better part of 2 months, and I have not noticed until I saw her mixing the tea. And I said, when I saw her mixing tea, I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm mixing up your tea. I'm like, don't put that stevia crap in there. She's like, Dad, you've been drinking it ever since we came back from the doctor. And I went, okay, then you just keep making the tea that way then, and I'll shut up. So she duped me. She duped me for the better. And I was supposed to go back to the doctor last week, but I'm sorry, I was planting, had things to do, and booyah. I canceled the appointment. Too much to do. So I'll go back when things slow down. But let me tell you what happened around here yesterday morning. Wallace, hey Goose, how's it going? So I say all of that jokingly, that diet that Africa Bound Girl and Meemaw, and I guess Susan Sullivan is also a part of, I may be able to be the first guy to jump on that bandwagon and try it because of the stevia tea. So she's baby stepping daddy off of off of the white sugar. That's what she's doing. But Robin got a good belly laugh out of it. But anyway, yesterday, the skies opened up around here yesterday. It started sometime Sunday night. What's up, Full Spectrum? And it didn't really stop till about midday yesterday, Monday, because today's Tuesday, right? What day is today? Today, well, wait a minute. Mom's oils thing came out, so today's Wednesday. So back that train up. It started raining Monday evening, and then rained most of the day around here Tuesday. And we got a little bit of a break in the afternoon, and woke up this morning, and it's overcast, and still it's raining off and on now. So yesterday we couldn't really do much in the garden because it was just coming down. And I'm sorry, but I'm not planting in the rain. I know some people say it's better for the plants, and some people say that it helps ease the stress on the plants. I get that. I understand it. I understand that theory. But ain't happening. I'm like, I got so much sweet tea sugar in me, I would melt out in the rain. But anyway, so we started looking around at stuff that we could do. And I'm picking up my bees this weekend. So we're putting our deep hive bodies in the freezer. Because they got to be in there, it's like 48 hours or 72 hours or something like that. And so we're getting them in there to keep them in there on basically to get them frozen to kill any wax moth larva, any type of egg or anything like that could be in there that could be damaging to my girls. And so we started moving stuff around in the freezer, and we forgot that we froze 12 2-liter bottles of muscadine juice and 6 bags of muscadine juice. So, as it stands now, underneath my house, in the little tiny root cellar, whatever you want to call it, I have approximately 15 gallons of muscadine jelly. Red muscadine jelly. Not the scuppernongs, but the muscadine. I ain't even talking about scuppernongs. I don't even want to talk about scuppernongs. I hate scuppernongs because I'm tired of looking at scuppernongs. So we got all of that. Matter of fact, the last batch is sealing right now. And so that's kind of in a roundabout. I joke, and it sounds like I'm whining, but it was a great find that we had that under there. And so Robin and I are going to be making some labels to put on those. And since we have our cottage food sale license, we're going to be able to sell that here on the farm. Also, for the very first time, we tried our hand at mead last year. And, of course, with mead, the longer you let it sit, the better it becomes. Well, yesterday we pulled it out of the carboy and bottled it. And we have 17 wine bottles of mead. Because Robin found a honey hole when we went on our little vacation that she could get wine bottles really cheap. So you guys are going to start to see more videos with different projects that you can do with wine bottles. So that's going to be fun. But that's what we did yesterday. We got all of that jelly made and stored up underneath the house. We got all of the mead bottled and stored. It needs to go up underneath the house. It was sitting because we had to heat seal. Once we corked it, we had to do that heat seal wrap on it. So we had to let that cool down. And so then we're going to put nice labels on those. Now we can't sell the mead because we don't have that license, and I wouldn't want to sell it anyway. I think the alcohol percentage in that mead was 14.5%. 14.5%. So, how was the mead? I'm gonna probably have a glass tonight with supper. Lost Dude. So that's going to be awesome. What I'll probably end up doing is giving, if I taste it and I like it, I'll probably end up giving some bottles away as gifts when people come to visit our homestead. Now, don't be coming to the homestead just for the mead. I know some of y'all. So I'm gonna give it a taste test probably tonight, maybe tomorrow. I may wait till the weekend too. And I got a buddy of mine in Augusta who is huge on mead. I'm gonna taste it, and if it tastes okay, I'm probably gonna take a bottle down to him and say, "Oh, oh, oh, let me know what you think." And let's see what happens. So we woke up this morning, and lo and behold, raining. So I went out to the shop, and it's been about a week since I've been in my shop, because I've just been in the garden, cutting grass, doing all these kinds of things. And I should have been going into my shop, because my children have not been cleaning up behind themselves when they've been doing stuff. And so right now, my children are cleaning my shop. And then we will get in there the rest of this afternoon and build chicken tractors. Now, the first ones that we're going to build are just basically going to be cubes, for lack of a better term. And now, because we are slowly introducing our new chicks to the outdoors. So what we're doing is taking all of our new chicks that have been underneath the heat lamp and everything during the day. We gather them all up. We stick them up underneath these cubes. And now I'm putting them in areas that I've got a lot of chickweed, a lot of plantain, a lot of wild spinach, a lot of sheep sorrel, different wild grasses that I know are halfway, well, they're good for us to eat, and they should be pretty good for them to eat as well. And we just stick this big cube, it's about 2 feet by 4 feet, and bam, they go in there. And we stick a waterer in there, and we don't put any feed in there with them when they're in this cube. This is encouraging them to eat the grass. Get them to start eating the grass. And then in the evening time when we bring them in, we will pour feed to them then. And each day it gets less and less with feed. Now, with the broilers that we have, we are going to build a long chicken tractor today, just like Salatin's. I'll have to fabricate some type of a hand dolly thing, or I'll just fabricate where I can put the wheels on the side and move it where it picks the tractor up a couple of inches, and then pick it up from the front and pull it. And then we'll put them in there. Now, one of the things that I do with the broilers, because they're pretty much hard, in my opinion, they're kind of hardcore. And I don't put them in the cubes for as long. literally once we get that long tractor built today, they'll be in it till it's time to process. We'll take a chunk of gutter. Is one of the things that we do is we take a chunk of gutter and we will fasten it to the side of this tractor, and then we will pour supplemental feed in there for them. Mostly it is crushed up like oyster shells, mealworms, black soldier fly larvae, different stuff like that, so that way they get the extra protein to be able to grow. If we've got to pour any type of a commercial feed to them, it'll be very limited, and it will be more of a crumble than a feed, because the crumble is higher in protein. And then we will move them every day across the grass out there in our front pasture, because it's loaded down with grasshoppers and crickets. So I really don't think I'm going to be tossing that much feed to them. And then we're going to run them up and down. And when it's time for them to go, we will have a processing day, and we will start. Basically, our processing day kind of looks almost like a factory. I'm in charge of the killing cones and scalding. Blaze does the plucker. Carol cuts off the feet and head. Mom eviscerates. Ladessa cleans the gizzards and livers. And we take the feet and head and we wash them and put them off to the side. And we keep the heart, the liver, and the gizzards. And then we put the meat, the birds, in a cooler full of ice water, and let it sit for 48 hours. Then we pull them out, and then we put them in a nice little bag, heat, and then you take the bag and it heat shrinks. And then you dip it in boiling water, bring it back up, seal it, weigh it, slap the sticker on it, write the price on it, and whammo, wait for them to come pick it up. How long till it's time to process? 45 days from egg to plate. About 8 weeks, give or take. And then what we do with the head and the feet is, when we got enough, usually after each round we have to do this, we will put the head and the feet in a crock pot, and we will make chicken broth. And then we can it, and then anytime somebody gets sick, we use that broth in our homemade chicken noodle soup. Plus, I always like to invite people over that time of year when they go over, and they'll come over and they'll be, of course, talking and looking around, and they're like, "Oh, what are you cooking in the crock pot?" "Oh, that's just some stew." "Oh, can I smell it?" "Yeah, go ahead, smell it." And they pull the top off, and about that time a chicken head comes floating to the top. People that are not used to that, that's kind of fun to watch. Of course, I've had to replace a couple of lids on crock pots. Joke's not as funny when you got to replace the lid. Just saying. And Mimo, you're absolutely right. If they're getting access to bugs, they won't need any supplemental feed. That's absolutely right. And I have crickets coming out the wazoo. So they're going to tear them up. And so we're going to be running full blown. We are also in the process of trying to make a huge eggmobile. That way we can run that in the back with the cows. But we got hit with what we call around here last year was the Great Raptor Attack of 2016. We are still trying to recoup from that.
Air code, go.
That's a jar sealed. But anyway, what we refer to as the Great Raptor Attack of 2016 was something that I've never seen predatory animals ever do before. And it kind of freaked me out a little bit, I'm going to be honest with you. Especially raptor birds. I don't know if we just had a very huge population boom, or if we had some type of disease or something that came through our woods and it killed a lot of the field mice, rats, snakes, squirrels, and rabbits. I don't know. I don't know if we had a canine population boom. I did see a bobcat for the first time last year, and then I did see that large pack that I took 2 out with about a week ago, almost on a live stream. I mean, you guys heard it in Insomnia. I don't know if that was the root cause or if it was something else, but these birds attacked the tractors. They dive bombed until they broke wire. They dive bombed until they broke the door. And they didn't care the cost. I mean, every one of these birds that dive bombed our tractors, they were kamikazes because they had to be put down. Because legs were broken, wings were broken. They couldn't even move. They were just laying in there. Some of them were laying in there. Some of them would get in there with just a broken wing and a broken leg and be hopping around chasing the chicks and killing them and then eating them. And so we had to do some hardcore research. And that's how we found out for the Predator Control on the Homestead, the Raptor video. That's how we learned about that scarecrow. So that crazy looking scarecrow that my son made, which is nothing more than a traffic cone, a chunk of 2-inch PVC with a T at the top, and 2 other PVCs where it goes out with an arm. One of my old shirts put on it, and then he took the bottoms and tops of tin cans and aluminum cans. He walked up and down the street and found them and cut them off, and then screwed them all around the bottom of the cone. So the traffic cone was here, and he fastened the traffic cone to a scrap chunk of OSB. And so he secured the traffic cone down, and then through the center of the traffic cone, he has the PVC pipe coming out to the T to make the body, and then he just threw the shirt on. And then I think he threw one of my old cowboy hats on, and but the wind took that to Kansas or wherever. I don't know Toto, but it ain't in Georgia anymore. But then he took all of the round bottoms of aluminum cans, tin cans, chunks of aluminum can, and he fastened it and secured it and covered that entire bottom of that cone with these things. And they were all at different angles, okay? And they were all around the cone at different angles. And the theory behind it was that it made it almost impossible for the raptors to see, because the sunlight would hit those cans, the metal that was secured to the cone, and the light would reflect in all different directions, and they couldn't see exactly where the birds were. We put that out there, and it almost stopped immediately. I think we may have had one more attack after that, but that was it. I don't know if it was because I thinned out the population. See, Meemaw, magnesium. I'm taking my magnesium. Or what. But it seemed to work. So we're going to make that scarecrow go with this wherever we go. So he's going to miss Blaze when he moves out. Yes and no. I mean, any parent is going to miss their child when they leave the nest. But as his father, he needs to go. There can only be one alpha male in the house, and he needs to go start his pack somewhere. And it's time for him to move out, see the world, get everything going. See you later, Duckhead. So that's, yes, I'm going to miss him. Yes, I'll be excited when he comes back to visit, but I'm also going to be joyful when he turns around and leaves again. Blaze is 18 now. He's 18. He's on his final approach, going down the runway and ready to take off for life. I'm excited for him. Blaze has a wonderful future ahead of him as long as he acts right. Blaze is extremely intelligent. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's somewhat responsible for an 18-year-old. And I think he has his head screwed on pretty straight to knowing what he wants to do. Yeah, Palmetto, I completely agree with you. Palmetto Paratrooper says, I don't believe in a nuclear family living we've grown accustomed to. Sure, I don't think my grown son should be under my roof, but a roof 100 yards away that he built to house his family, yes. I completely agree with that. Problem is, my son wants to see the world, and I'm not going to take that from him. So, now, when he's done seeing the world, hopefully he will come back and maybe purchase this farm over here, or this plot here, or the one down the road, something like that, and I'll help him in any way that I can. But he has to make his decisions with that, and I'm not going to force his hand and say, you need to move over there and start farming, or you need to do that, because it doesn't work that way. I want him to go see the world, to see how messed up it is, and then let him come back to appreciate what he had here. And I think we all have to go through that at some point in our lives. But yes, do I hope that he comes back and lives close to me? Absolutely. Absolutely. That way I don't have to go far to get my grandbabies and spoil them rotten. So that's true, Mimo. That's a big difference. I don't know. Yeah, you get to do more sightseeing. Look, I've been talking to that boy hardcore the last couple of weeks about going to college first. But his heart is set on being one of me. He says he's going to join the Corps. Yes, Sullivan family. No matter how much I talk to him. And I lay out different scenarios for him that he can do. You know, especially when it came down the pipe that I saw a news article that the state of New York, by the end of this year, all of their state colleges are going to be free. No tuition. Kind of like a public school. And that other states like Tennessee, Oklahoma, a couple of them are supposedly trying that as well. And I told Bubba, I said, dude, maybe you tread water and go to community college here around here and start getting your core classes knocked out and see what happens. Because one of his dreams was to be able to go to UGA. And I said, and if they open it up, because his big thing is the money for school. He does not want to be in debt, and I raised him that way, and I understand that, and So, but it's his thing. I didn't ignore you, shark bait. Um, Amen, Palmetto. I hope so too. I hope so too. You know, because I worry about him, especially with all the BS that's going on in the world. I don't want him to be a broken man like me. Because of what I had to go through in the military. You know, I don't want my son to have to go through that, but I can't change his mind. So, he's a grown man. No. Oh. But it is what it is. So, Mr. B is right there. We are so excited. We're getting our bees this weekend. So, we are probably going to be picking the brains of Mr. B and Mrs. B. I'm gonna call them like 3 o'clock in the morning and just be like, hey, the bees are buzzing. So, anyway. Nicole, when is your next doctor's appointment? Love you too, Mimo. So, Mr. B is good at talking to kids college age. He worked at a college and has talked to tons of kids. I may have him call you then and see. Because, I mean, look, we all know our kids. And we know our kids better than anyone. And, and I don't know, maybe my old man felt this way too when I came home. Because my old man was pissed. When I came home with my contract signed and I handed it to him. He was like Jesus at the temple. He flipped table. I mean, he lost his shit. And he he didn't talk to me after that. He didn't talk to me for like 2 days. He didn't talk to me for like 2 days. And I sometimes now I look back because I'm basically in the same boat that he was in. And I look back and I wonder if he thought I didn't have what it takes to make it. And that I was setting myself up to fail. Or if it was just my dad's hatred to the Corps, because my dad hates the Marine Corps now. Something happened to my dad in the Corps that he feels like the Marine Corps turned its back on him. And he hates everything. Hmm. Hmm. I'm sorry, everybody. Palmetto just said something that's got me thinking. That's all he said. Palmetto Paratrooper said you're programmed to feel superior in a uniform, which leads to the feeling of being inferior when you take it off. They know this and encourage you to believe you are broken. You are not broken. You are wise. Hmm. So, and I guess one of my biggest things now with Blaze is I see his personality and I see him, and I kind of wonder the same thing. Does this boy got the cojones to make it through boot camp and to make it through a career and all the crap that the Corps is gonna put him through? So, but you know, I don't know. He's gonna do whatever he's gonna do, and I can't change it, fix it. All I can do is share my bits of wisdom and experiences with him, and let him do as he does. I mean, but unfortunately, my son is one of those type of kids that if you told him the stove was hot, he didn't believe you till he touched it. Um, so this just may be one of those things that he may do for and out, and may come back to me and go, "I should have listened." And be like, "Yeah, you should have." But hell, he may go in it and be like me and love it, and he'll stay until they make him go. So so you know. But hey, let's get back on the homesteading. I didn't stop doing what I was doing, so I can come in here and talk. So this is the time of year now that we should be getting outside more. We should be changing our diet to eat with the season. This is the time of year when we eat more salads. This is the time of the year that we eat more fruits and veg. This will also be the time of year where your caloric intake may let me remember, is your caloric intake is going to be kind of less than what it needs to be in the winter, because your body's not going to be spending the energy in the winter trying to stay warm. Your body burns a lot of calories just trying to stay warm in the winter. That's why you eat more chicken and fish in the spring and summertime, and then in the autumn and wintertime you're supposed to eat more of the red meats, your deer, cow. For some of us that eat the pork, and stuff like that. So um, that sucks, Nicole. Nicole said she can't even go outside right now because her meds have her on a sunlight restriction. That sucks. I wish you guys lived closer, Nicole, because unfortunately, by the time we got a lot of the Robin's oils to you, it would be gone. What's up, Lush for Life? Where you been? You've been like incognito. Yes, we have a stocked pond on our property. Right now, it's overrun with catfish. So if you guys are close and want to come catfishing, come on, because I'm running out of places to put these catfish. Because what we're doing is literally, I have my one neighbor, well, there's not even a neighbor, it's vacant lot right now. Their two ponds got hammered this year during the drought. There's no more fish in it. So we're literally net casting my pond, scooping up baby catfish and tossing them over there. I really want to thin out my catfish. What's up, Bumblebee? How's it going, Doc? I really got to thin down the catfish population in my pond, um, big time, to the point where I'm thinking about doing some old Jerry Clower fishing. So any of y'all listen to Jerry Clower, you know what I'm talking about. Um, excuse me, because I want to get more bass and brim in there. Plus, because my pond is not fed by a creek or anything, it doesn't overflow into a creek. I'm thinking of, well, Daniel from Go for Green had a great idea that he's supposed to come up and help me get my aquaponics system going. So you guys, you need to start busting his chops about that. Help me bust his chops about that. He's been promising me that for a while. And he came up here one time and just totally ignored my aquaponics system. And so y'all kind of give him a hard time. It ain't like he's busy down there fixing up a greenhouse that just totally got destroyed or anything. No, but when Daniel finally slows down, he is hopefully going to come up here and help us get our aquaponics system going. And then he's going to give us a couple of breeding pair of tilapia. And what we're going to do is take those tilapia, and once they're fingerlings, I'll put them in my pond, in the, that big PVC floating basket thing that you have when you're introducing new fish. Put them in there until they're big enough, and then turn them loose in the pond. Then by the end of when fall and stuff comes around, they should be big enough to start fishing out of my pond. So it gives them bigger space to grow in, and they can be fished out at the end of the year. And I don't think they would survive our winter in my pond. My pond, I think at its deepest point, may only be about 12 feet, I think. I heard what they were ordered to do and what they lived through. What is he talking about? Never know. And so Janet Keene, I'm telling you, if you are not subscribed to Go for Green Living, go ahead and go over there and subscribe to him. He has a lot of step-by-step tutorials on building your aquaponics system, and they're pretty good. My problem is my system was put together by another guy down in Augusta, and then when we moved up here, something went wrong. We're either not getting stuff leveled correctly or what, and I can't get it to run. How big is your pond, and do you ever get cattails? No, we don't get cattails. I wish we would get cattails. And it's about an acre. It's about an acre pond. A little under an acre. Big old fish fry with them catfish. The problem is right now most of them ain't but like that big. And because no matter, as soon as you throw something out there, boom, they're tearing it up. So, but I want to get more bass. There's a lot of traffic on my radio right now. I wonder what these kids are doing. I want to get more bass, more crappie. I love crappie. Brim and stuff like that in there. Plus, crappie are just fun to catch, especially for children. They're great to catch. because of how aggressive they are. But yeah, Janet, he's basically, in my opinion, Daniel from Go for Green is the man when it comes to the aquaponics system. He's got one where it's an aquaponics system on wheels or something. It's pretty good to go. And so I refer all aquaponics questions to him. Any old cedar there? They make great brand habitat. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we are, if you guys just saw Hope, she just, in all cap letters, she said, Skype me, we got ourselves a location. We are doing a meet and greet up there in Tennessee with Hope on May the 6th at 6:30 after that conference that's going on up there. And because a lot of people are coming up to that conference that want to meet myself, Hope, and a couple of other YouTube channels. Go for Green may be there. And we didn't get invited to that conference. And so that's, my feelings ain't hurt. I'm just saying we're not going to that conference. And so we're going to do a meet and greet at a certain location, which looks like she said she just found. And we're not just going to sit there and just say, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? No, we're going to break bread with you guys. We are going to sit down and have a meal together. And we're going to fellowship, and we're going to talk trash. And I'm not sitting anywhere near Hope because she stinks. She smells bad. Okay, she says they have to RSVP. So I'm going to, when I get off of here, I'm going to Skype Hope. And then we are going to, Hope and I both will probably end up putting a video out about this. But it's going to be great. Hope may also have, I don't know if she's talked to him yet, so this is just going to add pressure to her. Hope is going to be talking to, I believe it's one of her relatives that's a professional photographer, to come, and it may charge you like $5 a picture or $6, $10 a picture or whatever, and you can take the picture with your favorite YouTuber if they're there, and they'll hopefully be able to get that print. We're trying to get it to where that picture will get printed out right then and there, and we will autograph it for you. So, and we're just gonna have a grand old time. I'm so excited to actually put faces to names. Now, granted, with my brain injury, I'm probably not gonna remember most of them, but that's okay. I still love you. But I think it's going to be great. We're going to get the fellowship together, talk together. We'll be able to ask, you guys can be able to ask questions. And I think that would be awesome. Simply, I wear aprons. I didn't even know you were in here. Sorry that you got to run, but bye. Missed you. Love you. I'm going to make it an event, and you have to give me a head count. And when the tickets are gone, they are gone. No charge for the tickets, by the way. Whoop, whoop. Bumblebee, you are in Tennessee. So you, my brother, should be coming across, and there's no excuse. Matter of fact, Hope, go ahead and put Bumblebee down there for like 2. And, because, Doc, there's no excuse. None. Not even playing. No excuse. May the 6th. Yep. So, I guess that's about all I got for... Why are you pouting, Suburban? That's about all we got for today's morning break. I'm gonna go call Hope and get back on to making chicken tractors. And oh, don't be looking for that special video that I was talking about coming out, because it's not going to be coming out today because we weren't able to go out and do it yesterday because of the storms. But the very first chance we get with clear skies, we are going to go out and do that video and show you what we do with what we harvest then. So that's it. Guys, go out there. If it's sunny in your area, get out there, plant something, grow something, make a bird feeder, make a hummingbird feeder. You want to know how to make a decent hummingbird and how to do hummingbirds? Go on over to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. They put out a decent video today about hummingbirds. Jason, you have Robin check her inbox, email her back a few weeks ago. Absolutely, African bound girl, and I'm sorry she hasn't gotten back with you. I will send her a message straight away. As soon as I get up, before I call Hope, I will send her a message. And I do apologize. So thanks, Bumblebee. And we will be seeing you guys tomorrow morning during our water break. Thanks for stopping and hanging out with me for the last hour. And don't forget, tonight or this afternoon, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, in the garden with Big Bear. We won't be in the garden because of the rain, but we're going to be talking about spacing. We're going to try and finish that topic of spacing when we get there. So thanks for coming. See you guys this afternoon, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time for In the Garden with Big Bear. Y'all have a great day.